Hey everybody, Max here for the How To Film Crew, and welcome back to the channel. And our second tutorial in the How To series. 2 years later after we did the eye glow. So, it's been a while. For a channel called the How To Film Crew, we really don't do a whole lot of the how-to stuff. So we're changing that. We're going to be getting back to our how-to roots a little more going forward. But today we will be doing a quick and easy green screen technique that you can do right inside of DaVinci Resolve 18. Also, don't forget to like this video, and if you are new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon so you can get notified when new content is uploaded. And believe me, there is quite a bit on the horizon you're going to want to see. But some of it will not be released until we hit our 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you want to see more of DC Mysteries, Batgirl, Supergirl, or Abby Star Season 2, then help us get those numbers up. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get on with the tutorial. So today we are going to be showing you how to do a quick and easy green screen removal inside of DaVinci Resolve 18. This can be done in the free version as well as the studio version so everyone can follow along. And this can also be done right inside of the Edit tab without even having to touch Fusion, because we all know as a beginner, Fusion is terrifying and we don't want to scare you yet. We'll save that for another tutorial. So what we have here, we have this simple footage here. Basically just me on a green screen, walking up, being all dramatic. And boom, there we go. Ooh, hey, doing something cool. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this green screen behind me in both of these shots. First of all, we're going to kind of line this up a little bit better. I think this is overlapping. Yeah, it's overlapping just a little bit too much. Yeah, it's a little too dramatic. So let's file that down just a little bit right as my elbow begins to turn. So, hey, you're also getting an editing tutorial today. Look at this. All right, so we want this to be right as my elbow is turning here, so about there. So we flow with the movement, and then that looks a little bit better. So you look at this, boom, a little more, a little faster, a little cooler. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so now that we have our footage edited, what we wanna do now is we want to take out this green screen. So what we're actually going to do is a very, very simple effect, extremely simple effect in DaVinci Resolve in the edit page, not even going into Fusion. We are going to go to Open Effects and we're going to type in 3D keyer. Well, or you can just type in 3D and then 3D keyer will come up and you just drag and drop that right onto your footage layer. Go to the Effects tab and under 3D keyer, click the eyedropper tool. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to, first of all, you're going to open this app here and you're going to drop down to Open VFX Layers. This allows us to see what's going on as we select. So we are going to drag over this and you can see the black appearing behind me, and we're just going to kind of fill in every little possible little mark that could show up. And boom, look at that. That's actually pretty good. I mean, aside from, all this over here, but we're going to take care of that in a second. Next, go to the output dropdown and select Alpha Highlight Black and White. This will show you your matte and see if there's any areas that need adjustment. If there are any issues, or if you just want to refine your matte, go to Matte Finesse and you can adjust any of these parameters and clean up your key a little bit better. I am actually going to do a little bit of work here. I'm going to do a little bit of denoise just to kind of soften the edges just a little bit. Then I'm going to add a little bit of post filter that kind of brings the matte in a little bit, kind of softens the edge a little bit more. And I'm going to shrink it just a tiny, tiny bit, just enough. Not much at all. And then we're going to go back to our final composite and look at it and just scrub through and see it looks pretty darn good. Don't really have any problems. So what we're going to do the same thing on the next piece. Now what I'm going to do on mine, you can do it a little differently on yours. I'm going to right click and copy and then paste attributes only. And then you can hit video attributes here, and that will take any video effect, any attribute that you've changed in here, Fusion effects, whatnot, and applies to that next clip. And then here I can adjust if I need to. Now I am going to have to do some adjusting here with this, and I'm going to get into that right now. So let's back up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to go over here to our Effects tab again, and we're going to go down to Garbage Matte. And we can create a shape. And this allows us to mask out anything that's not in the key that we want. So we're going to go to our Garbage Matte, go to Ellipse, And yes, I know that looks like it's taking out the footage that I want, but we are going to size it up move it right over the middle of the footage, and then we're going to hit invert. And that allows us to see what's inside here. Now I'm going to adjust the shape and all that kind of stuff here. Now, just move it in, make it a little taller, a little wider. Don't want to go too wide because you'll start seeing some of the stuff you don't want to see. But we're just going to make sure it flows and everything is within those bounds, because you don't want to go outside of it. That's the whole point. You want to make sure that everything stays in the bounds of your garbage mat. We're going to do the same thing over here. Go to your footage here, and then we're going to make sure everything in here is taken care of. So we're going to start here because we know that my elbow kind of pokes out over here. So we're going to go back over here, garbage mat again, ellipse, invert, and we are going to adjust the bounding box, bounding width, bounding height, and move it over. Make sure that it doesn't get the edge of the green screen. Normally I use a full green screen, but the day I shot this, I shot it in a smaller studio, so I didn't really have the space, so I had to use my portable green screen, which I absolutely love, by the way. And now we have our key, and honestly, it looks pretty good. You could literally just drop a static image behind this, and you're good to go. But we're going to take it a step further just to kind of refine that image. Next, we are going to drop in our background plate, which in this case is a stock photo from Pexels. Just remember that when you're using stock photos or footage in your projects, to give credit to the original artist. We are going to drag this image onto the timeline underneath our footage and adjust the length to fit the clip. Then we will go to the transform settings and adjust the image as you see fit. So we're going to size this up. We're going to zoom in. And we might make it look like it's like I'm actually walking through the woods there, you know, kind of move it around a little bit, adjust the angle. And the one thing that if you're noticing, it's very, very sharp in the background. And, you know, when you're actually on location, it's never that nice. So what we're going to do to fix that little problem is we're going to go back over here to our effects, and we're going to type in lens. And we're going to use a lens blur. This allows it to kind of give you sort of a mock depth of field, sort of a faux depth of field effect. So we're going to bring that in there, and we're going to click on our footage, go to our effects tab again, and we're going to move the blur size down a little bit. And move down to about, let's say about 3.1. But again, it's not exact. So we got that, and when we turn around, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring the same footage in. We're just going to reverse it. We're going to flip it around, and to do that in DaVinci, you can go right here to your video transform, flip, and we're going to zoom in again. Find a point that looks cool. We're just going to adjust it so it can kind of give some nice composition. Move it over here a little bit, kind of frame it up like we're moving into these woods, maybe move it just a little more, kind of give it a little bit more, maybe a little closer to the foliage on this side. And then do the same thing, drag your lens blur in. We're going to do about a 3.1 on that one again. Actually, let me bring it down a little more. We're going to bring it down to about a 3.25 on this one. We'll go a little higher. So then we got that. Okay, cool. All right, one of the other issues is color grading. Once you have your key in and everything kind of looks right, you want to make sure your footage matches your background. So to fix that, we need to go into the color tab. So we're going to go to colors. And color tab can be a little bit daunting when you first look at it. So let's get in here and let's just adjust a very, very simple key. What we're going to do is we're going to do just a very simple key here. First, we're going to go up to our effects, and we're going to type in color. And what you want to do is, one thing that can help out is color space transform. That kind of gives you kind of your base. If you're working with log footage, this is a good way to start. Now, if you're not working with log footage, you can kind of jump right in. But I shot this with log. I actually shot this in Blackmagic Raw. So I have to adjust by going, I'm going to use this DaVinci wide gamut as my input. My input gamma, we're going to move down to Blackmagic 6K Generation 4 because I shot this on a Blackmagic 6K. And then for our output, we want Rec 709. And I will get into this more in other tutorials. This is just kind of a base knowledge that you might want to follow. There's accepting that. Okay. These other parameters we really don't need for today. And again, this gives you a good starting point. It's darker. It matches the contrast in the background, but the color's all wrong. We don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into color and we're going to add another node. And to do that, hit Option S, and that will give you another serial node to work with. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust our lift, gamma, and gain a little bit to give us a little bit more. Because there's a little bit of mist, we're going to kind of lighten the lift up just a little bit, kind of give it a little bit of haze, and then we're going to bring down our gamma to darken the midtones a little bit, and then adjust our gain to make the rest of the overall footage a little darker. And bring that haze up just a little more. Let's take a look at that edit page. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty decent. Again, it's still not the right color, but our tone looks good. We don't really need to put a curve. Normally, I have to put a curves adjustment in, and I don't think we're going to have to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to command Option S again, make another serial node, and this is going to adjust our color. Now, granted, I will go into a whole nother tutorial on color grading in itself, but for this, basically what you want to do is go in here, and you can do a very, very simple one, and you want to look at your gamma. Gamma is a good way to kind of adjust your color, and maybe just amp up the greens just a little bit, because I mean, on mine, I have a lot of green in my footage. Now, yours may be a little different. Whatever your predominant color is, move that up a little bit. Just adjust just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. That little bit of green right now is already helping, see? So we're going to bump it up just a little more. Not too much, because if you go too high, then you start looking like the Incredible Hulk. We don't want that. We want it right about there. I think would actually look really good. And as you can see, that's starting to blend in with the colors in the background a little bit more, but there's a little bit of orange. If you can see just a little bit, that with that white coming through, it's giving a little bit of a warmth to it. So we want to add some warmth, and we can do that simply by adjusting our temperature color up here on the top, and just bumping up the temperature just a little bit, not too much, maybe about 50. Actually, gonna bring that green down just a little bit. It's a little too much. Maybe about there. Maybe add just a little tint. I don't know. Let's see. That's looking pretty good, honestly. So let's just see. Yeah. That matches pretty well with what I did on the original footage. Maybe a little warmer. Maybe just a tad bit warmer. Let's go a little. Like that warm. But say like maybe about 100 and about 100. See how that looks. Yeah, that's a lot better. I like that better. That looks good. And this looks more like what I had in my original footage that I shot here. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, okay. Well, let's go back and change that on. Let's go a little warmer. Let's go back to here and look at this. Okay, so we want to go warmer on this. We want to go maybe add a little red back in here. Just a tiny bit of red. Tiny bit of red. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Not that much red. Maybe like that much red. And then go here and add just a little bit of warmth. Maybe a little tint. Now it's, yeah, okay. I think we're good. I think we're there now. Now we're looking to yellow, but I think actually that looks pretty good, honestly. Maybe just a little bit more green in here. Oh. Or in here, sorry. There we go. Okay, so this is our color grade. So to fix this, to carry this over into your next clip, you can do one of two things. In the color tab, you can click on the next one and let's back up a little bit, see what I'm talking about. Either hit color, apply grade for one clip prior, which you can do that, and that automatically changes this. Oh, not one clip prior. Ah, no. 2 clips prior, technically, because and see, it automatically gives the grade that we had on this one, or the other way I like to do it, reset all grades, go to this clip over here, and switch off your effects, and just right click and go grab still. And this will create basically a preset for you. Then when you can go over here and to any piece of footage you have, you can then go here and automatically hit apply grade, and boom, there you go. Everything's on it. So now if you change anything in the previous one, it's not going to change it in here. So we're good here. We're good here. We're good on this now. So we've got that done. Okay, now you can play through and boom. Your green screen replacement is done. I know this method isn't as clean as using Fusion or After Effects, but it will work in a pinch, and hopefully this video helps anyone out there who is wanting to brush up on their DaVinci Resolve skills. And now here's a look at the final video. And there you have it, simple green screen done right in DaVinci Resolve. For more DaVinci Resolve training, this Thursday we will be uploading another tutorial to show you how to add the visual effects you saw in the final shot from today. So make sure to check back for that. And to stay up to date with our latest videos, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified when new content is uploaded. You can also check out our playlist section to get caught up on our other content, like our original web series, Abby Star Superhero, or our fan film series, DC Mysteries Batgirl. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time.